Hi, welcome to Makeup and Mental Health. I'm Vicky and I can't wait to talk to you today about the 9 different areas in your life. So stay tuned, here I come. Hi, welcome back to Makeup and Mental Health. Today, while I'm putting my makeup on, I wanted to talk to you all about the 9 areas of life that make us up. Sort of, it's our whole well-being state. So there's 9 different areas of our lives, and that's emotional and physical. It's our spiritual, intellectual, social, career, health, financial, and mental. So those different 9 areas are what takes up, kind of makes us who we are. Better start putting my makeup on, otherwise this video is going to be a really long time. So that's the 9 different areas of our life. Now, if one of those different areas sort of comes out of sync with each other, that's where things can start to kind of nosedive and really go downhill for us, and being able to pick ourselves back up from being down can be really difficult. So we need to make sure that we can sort of categorize it to know exactly what it is that's out of sync at the moment. Now, when you're kind of looking at your 9 different segments in life, there's 2 different ways that it can go. So you can either have a positive change or a negative change in life. And you imagine that, say for example, your finances. Let's go with finances. If you, for example, won the lottery and you won £1 million, then your segment of finances would grow, because that's a positive change in your life and it is expanded bigger than normal. Okay, so that's a good change. Now, if a negative change happened where you got yourself into debt, or you kind of felt like you'd overspent on something, and you weren't able to kind of afford to do something that you needed to do, like shopping or something like that, because you'd had to have your car fixed, for example. Let's go with that. So you're having your car fixed, which is an added expense that you hadn't planned on spending this month. And so that bit of your circle, so your financial segment, shrinks down. Right, I've got some pictures, which I did very roughly. Don't judge me, not very good at drawing. So this is your normal circle with your 9 segments, and that's all fine. Everything's okay with that, okay? So what happens if you win the lottery? It means that one of your segments expands. So your circle is still complete because all of this section is filled in, but you've got an extra bit, which means all of these have still got room to grow to then continue to have a bigger circle. But if you have to have your car fixed, and it means that you don't have money for the dog, don't have money to pay your bills for another thing or whatever, it means that your circle, so your financial segment in your circle, has dipped down, which means there's a massive gaping gap here in your circle. So all of the rest of them are fine, but this one's shrunk, which means then it could be kind of like an onset thing where other areas and other parts of your circle then start to shrink. So you might have 4 different segments of your life that are out of sync, which obviously we don't want that, because that's where you're then going to start to struggle. Now, I found that actually once I started on my recovery journey, near enough all of my segments, they weren't all really shrunk, but some of them, they were all, basically my segments were all different sizes. So I was struggling in lots of different areas, and I think my main one was my emotional and mental health. It was my anxiety and my worrying, but also equally that was having an impact on my health, on my physical health. It was having an impact on my finances because I wasn't able to kind of keep on top of them and keep in control of my finances. So I was really struggling with every kind of different area. Now, what I didn't do, which I would really kind of want to put across really strongly, is I didn't just go, I need to work on all 9 areas, because that's not going to help in the slightest. There, you know, you can't do everything all in one go. And I think the main one for me was sorting out my confidence and getting on top of my anxiety. That was a really big thing for me, because it was what was controlling me, you know, my limiting beliefs of things that, you know, I'd carried with me for years, that, you know, people had said to me, things that I held to be true, but actually in my heart they weren't. You know, and I think that was one of the main areas for me to clear up, was to just go back to the very beginning, and work out what it was that I wanted to change in my life, who I wanted to be, you know, when I grow up, that type. Oh, that was a lot darker, isn't it? I think we might need to spread that out a little. So yeah, it was just a case of and the thing is, I didn't know about these 9 areas of life until I started doing my recovery journey. And that's the thing, all of this has all been so much of a learning curve for me, because I didn't know about any of this. I was basically just, I would say, surviving, but I don't even think I was surviving. I don't think I was even as kind of well kept as that, really, to be fair. I wasn't coping. I felt like a failure. I felt like I wasn't doing the right things, you know, that I wasn't a good enough mum, whereas in actual fact, if I look back on it, I was doing all of the right things. It was just the confidence in myself that wasn't there. And doing this recovery journey and really kind of starting to see the bigger picture has really helped. So I'm able now to look at the bigger picture and be able to see and go, you know, this area of my life needs to be worked on next. You know, I'm still working on my different areas. I'm not on top of them all, and, you know, and I think in life you're never going to fully be on top of them all, are you? You know, there's always going to be something that's going to throw you a curveball, you know, for you to be able to cope with. But it's making sure that you've got those coping strategies in place, so that when the curveballs do come, you're there ready for them, I suppose. You know, and that's the thing, and that's what, I've got something in my eye. That's what I'm doing now, is I'm setting myself up so that, you know, I'm able to cope with things a lot better. But I found, by understanding that there is these different areas of life, once I realised, you know, I had no idea these different areas of life existed. Absolutely no idea. You know, whereas now I really want to be able to kind of help other people, you know that they exist, to help them work on it. But yeah, it's, I can't decide which mirror to do it in. I'm doing it in the phone and doing it in this, and I look totally different in both, which is hilarious. Oh, bless me. Gonna do it again. Oh, here we go. So, whatever you need to do, I would say to look at these different areas in your life and work out which of the ones at the moment you're struggling with the most, to then be able to help you change. Everything on the website is everything that I've been through, everything that I'm doing at the moment. You know, I'm doing it all, and I want to put it on there. All of the advice, all of the help is all on there, ready for you to go. It's everything that I've done myself. I'm not going to put any actually I better put some lipstick on. I've managed to get the all of the downloads are all free, you know, and all of the information that you're going to need to get going is all on there ready. And that's the thing, is I wanted it to be there, you know, to help people. I've been through this journey, and I've been the one that's had to sit there and research and go through page after page after page of trying to figure something out of how to you know, how to do something, you know, and not really understanding what I'm reading. Some of it just didn't kind of work for me, some, you know, and I didn't want other people to have to do all of what I've done to get to this stage. You know, all of the information is there, ready to go. There we go. Much better. So yeah, those are the different areas of life. If one of them has expanded, that is a positive change, and that means that your other segments of life are ready to grow to make your circle bigger. And if one of those segments shrinks, the dogs come. If one of those segments shrink, then it means that you have to work on it yourself, to get it to grow that one segment up. You know, you've either, it's the complete opposite of a positive change. You need to, with a positive change, you work on all the other areas to grow them. If the negative change happens, you just work on that one area. So yeah, from me and Tommy, Hagen and Cuddles, we are ready for the day. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will be seeing you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.